Do you love to laugh? If you're a New Yorker, you may want to bite your lip. A mentally challenged man in Nassau County, New York, is facing $500 in fines or 30 days in jail for laughing too loudly in his own home. Read the full story from the link in today's show notes. In response to Rand Paul's 13-hour filibuster Wednesday asking for clarification on presidential authority to kill Americans with attack drones, the Obama administration replied with an obligatory no. That's really a yes. Attorney General Eric Holder wrote to Rand Paul to confirm that President Obama does not have the authority to kill an American on U.S. soil in a non-combat situation. Yesterday, White House Press Secretary Jay Carney read from the letter that Holder sent to Paul. Quote, "Does the president have the authority to use a weaponized drone to kill an American not engaged in combat on American soil? The answer is no." Paul said that was good enough for him. During a CNN interview, he said, quote, "I'm quite happy with the answer. I'm disappointed it took a month and a half and a root canal to get it, but we did get the answer." Obama's press secretary added that, quote, "If the United States were under attack or there were an imminent threat, the president has the authority to protect the country from that assault." Translation, yes, people calling themselves the government reserve every right to kill you at any time, any place, as long as they claim you are an imminent threat. No wonder this issue, and politics in general, is so confusing for so many people. This does not compute in the heads of most people, because most people think the government would never kill its own citizens. Think again and act accordingly, because it already has. And in other news, it's no secret that policemen no longer look or act like Andy Griffith. The Huffington Post reported this week that the American Civil Liberties Union is undergoing a full-blown nationwide investigation to assess the degree to which local police forces have been militarized. The ACLU is requesting information from hundreds of state and local police agencies regarding their SWAT teams, how often and for what reasons they're deployed, what types of weapons they use, how often citizens are injured during SWAT raids, and how they're funded. Additionally, the affiliates will ask for information about drones, GPS tracking devices, how much military equipment the police agencies have obtained through programs run through the Pentagon and the Department of Homeland Security, and how often and for what purpose the National Guards are participating in enforcement of drug laws. Kara Dansky is the senior counsel at the ACLU's Center for Justice, which is coordinating the investigation. Kara said, quote, "We've known for a while now that American neighborhoods are increasingly being policed by cops armed with the weapons and tactics of war. The aim of this investigation is to find out just how pervasive this is and to what extent federal funding is incentivizing this trend." According to a New York Times investigation, the number of SWAT teams in the U.S. went from 1 in Los Angeles in the late 1960s to 500 by 1975. Today, nearly every small town in America has its own. The total number of SWAT raids in America jumped from a few hundred per year in the 1970s to around 50,000 per year by the mid-2000s. The vast majority of those raids are to serve warrants on people suspected of non-violent drug crimes. Police forces were no longer reserving SWAT teams and paramilitary tactics for events that presented an immediate threat to the public. They were now using them mostly as an investigative tool in drug cases, creating violent confrontations with people suspected of non-violent, victimless crimes. Don't like this trend? Join up with a local cop block group in your area to police the police and hold individuals accountable for their actions. Check out copblock.org to get started. You know that the US government is killing people around the world. By using the dollar, you are helping the government. It doesn't have to be this way. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin is money that cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. Bitcoin returns the power of money to the people. Send money directly to your friends with your smartphone without using a bank. Did I mention Bitcoin payments can be totally anonymous? Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at weusecoins.com. 1 troy ounce of silver is trading at $29 American. 1 Bitcoin is trading at $44 American. This has been Peace News Now, your daily 5-minute update on the peaceful evolution around the globe. If you enjoyed this episode, share this program on your favorite social network. Links to today's stories can be found in this episode's show notes. Today is Friday, March 8th, 2013. For PeaceNewsNow.com, I'm Derek J., reminding you that we're all a part of the same chain.